this quick because I'm tired, and these people are playing in the world's face right now. Ain't no fucking way that they are telling us that this little girl, Adriana Young, drowned in the pool and that there's no foul play. The bruises and the bruises and the discoloration is results of drowning. They're saying that there's no sexual assault, but they can't find. This is the kicker on top of all this shit right here. The kicker is they can't determine the time of death because her body is so decomposed. Keep that there, family. They cannot determine the time of death because her body is so decomposed. What the fuck happened? If you cannot determine the time of death and the child had only been missing for 20 hours, if you cannot determine the time of death of her drowning because her body is so decomposed, that tells you there's foul play. Her body wasn't even bloated. There's certain ways that the body floats in the water when you die of a regular drowning, not a forceful one. The body floats a certain way in the water. Yeah, either you're in a fetal position and you float up in the way, you float up in a position that you died. When it's natural, you don't end up in the water standing straight up like she was. We have these motherfuckers fail to realize this is how evil and wicked these people are. They don't realize that we have the footage. They sat there and they killed this little girl in front of the world and threw her body in the water in front of the world while the world was watching. There were actual lives going on. There's people. First of all, the grandma said, because this is pissing me off. Let me calm down, because there's a lot that's about to happen next month. Next month is a big month, and I understand why I was never supposed to come back to social media, because this shit is trying to drain the fuck out of me, and it's making me angry. It's making me very angry, but the world needs to see this shit. I believe if I didn't get as angry as I got, I don't think this shit would have spread out like wildfire, because everybody, they just had a candlelight visual in Brooklyn about Adriana Young. This shit is spreading out. People is talking about this shit. This is very detrimental to humanity when these people can sit up there and kidnap your child, kill her while you're in the same building. Please come out and lie and say that they have her own footage leaving in the car, in a red and black car. Then the police, when the family asked to see the footage, the police said, "Oh, well, we take it back. We didn't see her. We don't have the footage no more." The police, listen, this is very disturbing. Then they sat there and they put they put this baby's body in the water while her family was outside, because the family was there they never left the hotel from the time she went missing at 1:30 till the next day at 10:30 or 9:30 the next day. They never left the hotel. The family was there the whole time. They killed this baby in front of this family, in front of the world, and put her body in the water. Now they're saying that no foul play. She drowned because she couldn't float while she was swimming. Meanwhile, the grandma said that the swim instructors there searched the water several times. There were people still in the water till 9 o'clock that night. They never saw her struggle in the water. To get those kind of bruises by drowning, there will have to be a struggle. Like, you know how some kids get sucked into the suction and they drown because they got stuck to the suction tank and they can't get out, but you see them they will struggle in the water. You will see them making like movements in the water and splashing and trying to, you know what I mean? Nobody saw that. There were people in the pool the whole night. The next morning, 6:45 in the morning, they searched the pool again Nobody was in there. They have drone footage of the pool, high up, pointing down, looking. You can see the bottom of the steps in the pool. Even though the water was kind of murky, like when you close up, but from way high up, you could see down, straight down in the pool from the drone footage. And that was the morning of. That was right before they found the body. There's no fucking way that this Guyanese government is playing in these people's face the way that they playing. But I want y'all to keep it on your mind that they said they could not determine the cause of death. I mean, not the cause. They could not determine the time of death because her body was so decomposed. That tells you right there is foul play because her body was not even bloated. In order for the body to float to the top of the water, the stomach, the gases in the stomach have to expand to make you float. And if she was stuck to the suction, then her body would still be stuck to the suction right now. Her body wouldn't be released unless somebody turned off the suction to release her. And then even then, she is still a certain amount of time that the body has to decompose in a way to where the gases in her stomach will make her float. It takes like a day or two for the body to float to the top of the water. It takes like 2 to 3 days for a body to float to the top of the water after it's drowned. Maybe like a day or two, depending on how young the body is or how in shape the body is. It was less than 24 hours that her body started floating. So if she really had drowned, they put that baby in that water. And like the spiritual lady said, there is a tub, a ritualistic tub in a room in a hotel where they had her body at. If she drowned anywhere, it was in that tub. After they beat her up and choked her out. They're saying that that's not tissue in her nose, it's mucus. There's no way in hell that you struggle in the water that much to where it makes your skin rub off in the water and nobody saw that. Nobody saw her in the water waving her arms like that, trying to... I could tell that she was on a taller side because she was as tall as her mom. She had to be at least 5'9". Somebody would have saw her in that pool, and they said she could swim. This shit is... The way they played in the world's face, you know something is about to happen. And not only that, let me tell y'all something. Recently, today, well, right after they announced that the autopsy was no foul play, no sexual assault, she drowned, and that the bruises was from the water. There was a riot that started in Guyana, right? All over Guyana. There was riots everywhere, right? Tell me why the police was shooting people outside of the hospital. The police shot and killed somebody in Guyana during the protests, which started the riots. Because the police is the ones who's doing all this shit. The police was blocking the door when they kicked everybody out the hotel, right before they put the body in the water, because remember, the family was there the whole time. They kicked them out of the hotel to put the body in the water, and the police was blocking the door. And then when all of a sudden the body appeared, that's when the family went back in. They have drone footage of that day when they found the body over the pool and there was nobody in it. They are playing in these people's faces. They are playing it. This is so disrespectful. This is like somebody just spit in God's face. And I am extremely mad. There's stuff going on in Guyana right now. There's stuff going on all around the world. that's dealing with these Indian people, these East Indian people with their evil asses. Because you know these East Indian people that's over in America right now, and they're psychiatrists, and they're, you know, the one East Indian girl was caught last week calling a black woman a nigger, and down in California, and she kept saying nigger, 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 nigger. Look at your eyelashes, nigger, nigger. She's an East Indian. They're from India, right? Tell me why Pakistan about to blow India off the fucking map right now. Something's going on, but it's something spiritual is going on with these Indians, and they're about to be eradicated from the world with they nasty asses. They nasty as fuck. Pakistan is finna blow that bitch up. If you go and look at the news, Pakistan is getting ready to throw all kinds of missiles at their ass right now. Um, Places that practice Hindu, like Indonesia and Bali, somewhere in, I think it's called Udu. These tourists was like, they were roaming like a Udu jungle. Something happened and all these trees started falling with all these monkeys, right? And remember, I was talking about the Monkey King earlier today, right? All these trees started falling with where these monkeys lived at, and it killed two tourists. But it's like, this is in Bali, in Udu, Bali, but it's like destroying where the monkeys live. Where the monkeys live is being destroyed by God, and it killed two tourists in Udu, Bali. I believe that's what it's called. This was today. I seen this. I seen some Indian people that live in Guyanese. Acid was thrown on their face, which immediately let me know that's what they did to Adriana Young. That's acid all over her body. That's acid on her arms. That's acid on her face. That's acid on her kneecaps. They put acid on that baby, and then they showed the dude, Leroy Smith, who put her in the pool, obviously, because his pants is wet, and he got the acid mark on his finger, on his fingers. Like he was burning acid. His fingers was, because he was trying to burn her. These people, these Indians in Guyana just got acid thrown on them. This little girl, this little boy, and their mom, and some other lady, this other Indian lady. And you can see the acid marks all over their clothes to where it burnt through their clothes, and then like you can see the acid on where it hit them on their face. Spiritual retribution is happening for what they did right now to Adriana Young. That's why India's finna get knocked the fuck off the map, bro, by Pakistan. Because this is bigger than what y'all think it is. These Indians have been doing perverted stuff to Hinduism. They've been doing things to Hinduism that has turned it evil when it was originally ours anyway, and they just flipped it and perverted it with some other shit. And all the fucked up wickedness that they've done within it is being flipped back onto them, and they're feeling the wrath of God. And Adriana was just put here to show all the wickedness within it, how they're sacrificing kids, how they're just doing all kinds of crazy shit within this religion in other countries. These is Indians all over Guyana. They not from there. Why have they taken over it's Indian people that are the president. How is an Indian man president of Guyana? What the fuck is going on? What are these Indian people doing? And then the Afro Guyanese people, their kids are being kidnapped and thrown in pools and shit. This isn't the first time somebody has drowned in this hotel, in this pool. This isn't the first time a body has been found in this pool at this hotel. This is some sick shit these Indians is doing over there in that country, and they've been getting away with it. And they thought they was going to keep on getting away with it, and they not. I don't care if they tell you that this autopsy is no foul play and she just drowned on her own. These motherfuckers is about to feel the trampling of a lifetime. They have no idea what's about to hit their ass for what they did to this girl in front of the world. They killed that baby in front of everybody and then spit on us like, so we gonna say this is how it went. This is how we about to say it's gonna go. When we got video evidence that she was never in that pool. There were swim instructors at that pool that day who swam in that pool looking for her more than once, and they never found her body in there. Why didn't they just drain it? Why did the police say? Why did the police say that she left in a car? And then when they asked to see the footage, because they said, "Oh, we saw her get in the car. We got it on camera. We have footage. She got in the car and she left with somebody in a red and black car." When they asked to see the footage, they say, "Oh, well, we take that back. We didn't see her." What the fuck is going on? What's going on? And y'all should have sent a dive team. As soon as they said my child is missing and she was at this pool, y'all should have put a dive team in there to go and look. Instead, y'all just sent the swim instructor who did it more than once throughout the pool. There were several people in the pool throughout the night. Nobody saw this baby. There had to be a great mighty struggle for her to get them kind of bruises and to have her skin peel off her arms from the water. Y'all gonna sit up here and play in our face like that's not acid, that's not a chemical peel, that's not a chemical burn on her body and her face. It turned her face green. Why did this baby's body decompose as fast as it did in the water and she's not even bloated? Why is her face green and her body is gray? Why is her skin peeling off of her arms and kneecaps and hands? And she was only in the water. She was only been missing for 20 hours. Why has her body decomposed like it has? If this is natural, if this is a natural drowning, make that shit make sense. If there's no foul play, y'all really about to sit up here and play in the world's face and spit? You motherfuckers just spit on God. Do you understand what's about to happen to y'all? Because I know you evil motherfuckers is listening. You motherfucker, because all these rituals ain't for nothing, and y'all doing it at a time where something very big is happening. It's not just about gaining money. It's about getting as much power as you can for this war that's about to trample you evil motherfuckers that y'all know is coming, that y'all can't stop. So y'all trying to gain as much power as you can, but you're never going to defeat God. I'm about to step on this motherfucker so hard. I'm going to step on this bitch so hard. Continents are going to fall into the abyss. I swear to God I am. I swear on everything, on me. I'm finna step on this bitch hard. Hard. Y'all got me fucked up. And what y'all doing to these kids, remember that you motherfuckers have done this to yourselves. We no longer have to keep dying to prove a point. You can no longer keep sacrificing innocent blood to make yourself feel powerful. The tables have turned and your time is motherfucking up. You no longer get to do this shit to us. And you motherfuckers just spit in God's face. Get ready. That's all I gotta say. Get ready. May is going to be something. The all of creation has never seen what's about to happen in May. It is going to be something so mighty. And then not only that, you know something big about to happen, because why did Spain, Portugal, and France all lose power yesterday? Like the whole country. All those countries, the whole countries, they lost power yesterday. They have it back now. And then Africa been losing power crazy. Like, and remember when I said grid down activities. I haven't been on the internet to explain what's happening, but if you go back to my older videos on my other channel, Dasi, we talked about grid, GRYD and GRID. And grid is the grid program that Big U Rolling 60s Crip, okay? Big U, the gang member. Grid program is his program. Remember I said when grid goes down, the power grid is going to go down. I said this a few years ago. I said when GRYD goes down, so will GRID. Because it's going to be the revealing of God. I said this in a video 2 or 3 years ago when I first came back. In 2022, I said this. It's 2025. So 3 years ago, I said this. GRYD and GRID, because of who Nipsey is. He is Yeshua. And I said when the GRYD grid, the gang grid goes down, the power grid is going to go down, because it's time to see God. God has a message for the world. And now that Big U is in jail on a RICO and Rolling 60s is going down, and they're about to investigate Nipsey's so-called death and put the rest of the pieces of the puzzle together, which ties in Jay-Z and everybody. And that's why they all snitching on each other. All these gang members is snitching on each other. Never forget that I said when GRYD goes down, the GRID. When these two grids go down, remember I was calling it grid down activities. When the grid, and guess what they call the RICO to take down Big U. They called it drawdown activity. No, they call it drawdown something. Drawdown activities, I think they call it. Instead of grid down, they call it drawdown, because Big U is big draws. So they call him like underwear draws. Big U is like underwear. So they call it draws down activities. I called it grid down activities. And the GRYD, the Gang Reduction Youth Development Program that he was in charge of, is going to end up taking out all of LA police force, because they was in on doing that shit to Nipsey. Nipsey been getting into it with the police. Remember when remember when Black Sam. Remember when Big U and Nipsey got into a fight and Black Sam came out the house and started shooting in the air, and then all of a sudden the police came around the corner and started shooting at Nipsey and Black Sam, and none of the bullets hit them, and the police was like, what the fuck? And I told you, this is how I know. Well, I know Nipsey ascended because of, I know what I'm talking about, but I know that can't no bullet touch none of us. This is how I know that was some fake shit they showed y'all about Nipsey, because Nipsey has been shot at several times, like point blank period, and like in his face, including the police, and none of the bullets hit him or his brother or Big U, because they was standing Big U was standing next to Nipsey, and the police just came around the corner and started shooting at him, because Black Sam shot in the air to break up the fight with Big U and Nipsey. So it's some whole other shit. I told you Nipsey ascended in a whole nother type of way. And I told y'all, when the grid goes down, the grid goes down. When GRYD goes down, this was 3 years ago I said that. I said when GRYD goes down, the GRID grid is going to go down, and God is going to be revealed. And I'm understanding why all this shit took so long, even though it was a delay. These motherfuckers think that they stopped God, or they delayed, and they didn't. It was like a chance for them to stop doing what they doing. It was a chance for them to get right with God. It was a chance for them to prepare for this ass whooping. It was a chance for them to stop, look, and listen. You're on your way to spiritual prison. Like, you're on your way to motherfucking hell, okay? You're on your way to jail and hell. Like, but they thought we was too soft. I don't know. They thought they was gonna beat us, and they didn't. They really thought they had us, and all they did was trap themselves. So all this shit that they keep doing, it's like they're poking a bear. It's like they're They're provoking us to come out earlier than we're supposed to be. And I am proof of that because I'm not supposed to be on this motherfucker talking to y'all right now, but I am. But it's because I'm angry. Because they just spit in God's face with this Adriana Young sacrifice. And then they playing in our face. They killed that baby in front of the world because they were live streaming the whole time. And then they put her body in the pool the next day after people sat by that pool all night and up until the daytime, until they got kicked out of the hotel and the police guarded the door so they couldn't put them, so that they couldn't go in while they was putting the body in the pool. And then once the body got put in the pool, they was allowed to come back in, and all of a sudden her body is floating in the pool. When there's drone footage showing us the pool, you can see the bottom of the steps in the pool, so you can, it was clear enough for us to see if there will be a body in there. They're playing in the world's face, and they just spit in God's face to do so by playing with children the way that they've been playing with kids. But it's revealing a lot at the same time, and something huge, astronomical is about to happen because of all the playing they've been doing. And I just want y'all to get ready, because when y'all know, when I tell y'all to get ready, something big is about to happen. And the way I feel, and the way I can't sleep about how they just disrespected God by doing that to that little girl, and they think it's funny. And then I go back and I look at the pictures of the hotel staff, and these motherfuckers look like demons. And the way one of them got this crooked ass smile, it's like a half smiley face, half plain face. His face is fucked up. He looked like a demon. You can tell you can look at all of them. You can tell something wrong with all of them. You can tell that they're possessed. And the way that man Leroy Smith's pants had water on them, and then his fingers is all burnt up from acid. They got God fucked up. And I just had to come on here and tell y'all that, because this is very disturbing to me, and I know this is exactly what they want. They want me to come out here and act a motherfucking fool. They're trying to provoke me. But I am disciplined in a way, so I know how to get shit cracking without acting a fool in my physical vessel. I'm going to act a fool in my spiritual vessel, and I'm going to stomp all over that bitch. It's already happening. Indian people getting fucked up all over the planet right now. They right there in Guyana, like I was just telling y'all, they threw acid on some Indian people's faces and on their bodies for what, and I know it's because of Adriana, because that's what they did to her. And then they go lie to us and tell us that she died naturally in a drowning. It was, it wasn't forced, it wasn't criminal, but y'all can't find her time of death. And because her body is so decomposed. How dare she was missing for less than 24 hours. How did her body come that decomposed, and she's not bloated, but she drowned? Y'all really about to play in God's face like this? This is how evil. See, this is why y'all need to understand why this shit is about to happen. They literally playing in everybody's motherfucking face with this little girl's death, with her life. They playing in all of our faces. Every motherfucking person on this planet should be upset because of what they did to that little girl. Because they think these is demons thinking that they can do anything to you at any time, and you just gonna take it. They feel like they can just disrespect you and you just gonna take it. They walking around here like God don't exist. Like this is they creation. This is how they walking around here, doing whatever the fuck they want to you, to our children. Everybody should be mad, and everybody should be advocating for that little girl because of how disrespectful it was. This is disrespectful to play in somebody's face like this. Like we don't have common sense. Like we don't know what a body look like after it drowns. And then what, she wasn't even in the water. That that body looked like it's been dead for a week. And if she did drown, she was in that water for less than 24 hours. She had been missing for 20 hours. And y'all told us she had left. The police told us she left. Then they took that shit back. When the family asked to see the footage of her leaving, they said, oh, well, okay, we're wrong. We don't have footage. She didn't leave. Okay. That was the nail in the coffin right there. Meanwhile, the motherfucker with the chemical burns on his fingers and the water on his pants, he up there setting the hotel on fire where they had her body at, where they did whatever they did to her. He up there setting the room on fire. We sat up there. We got it all on video. Everything's on video. We sat up there and we watched him go in the back and set that bitch on fire. No, none of the protesters was up there. They was throwing shit. They was gathered around the pool and all on the outside because they had just got kicked out of the hotel so that y'all could put the body in there. With nobody in the hotel. They was shocked. Everybody was at the pool looking like, what the fuck? And they was throwing chairs. They was throwing chairs at the building. They wasn't upstairs. Only people that was upstairs was the police and the hotel staff. So who set the motherfucker on fire? The police. The police set the building on fire to burn the evidence after they got caught in a lie. And then they think they just gonna lie to us again and say that she drowned on her own. But y'all can't tell us the time that she drowned, which y'all should be able to. If y'all found the water in her stomach, and you should be able to tell us how long she was dead, because, or when she died, based upon the deterioration of her body. But because it was so deteriorated, it was so decomposed, you can't tell us because of how decomposed it is, and it don't make no fucking sense because she was only gone 20 hours. How come it looked like she was dead for a week? Because there is foul motherfucking play. Stop playing with God. Get ready. Get ready. That's all I can say is get ready. Y'all just spit in God's face. May is going to be a detrimental month to all these wicked motherfuckers. This is it. Peace to the true ones. You know you're greatly loved by the great mother and great father. You guys should be the most ready for this shit to end. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just get ready. They is playing in God's face, and it's getting worse and worse by the day. Every day, there's something else that is going on that is like, what the fuck is wrong with this world? Every day is something motherfucking else. Every day. But this took the cake. How dare you motherfuckers? How dare y'all spit in God's face like this and do that to that child and act like y'all didn't act like she did all this to herself? And them people sat there by that pool all day and all night. People was in the pool looking for her, and y'all go sit up and tell us that she did this to herself. This is a natural drowning. This wasn't forceful. Wasn't no sexual assault. Them wounds on her is from herself struggling in the pool. All those marks and discoloration in her body is from her drowning in the pool. Fuck out of here.